Have you ever wondered what you would do if overnight you became one of the richest people in the country? In the early 20th century, a quiet little girl from rural Oklahoma experienced exactly that. Her name was Sarah Rector, and her journey from poverty to extraordinary wealth became one of the most remarkable stories in American history. Welcome to Files from the Ashes channel, the place where we uncover the incredible stories that history almost left behind. Today, we're exploring the fascinating life of Sarah Rector, a young girl whose unexpected fortune challenged the social rules of her time and captured the attention of an entire nation. It's a story about luck, opportunity, race, and the hidden price of becoming wealthy far too young. Sarah Rector was born in 1902 in what was then known as Indian Territory, today's Oklahoma. Her parents were African Americans descended from formerly enslaved peoples, and the family belonged to the Creek Nation. Life wasn't easy. Like many families of the era, they worked hard just to get by. Then, in 1907, everything seemed to follow an ordinary path. When Oklahoma officially became a state, members of the Creek Nation received land through a federal allotment program. Sarah, still just a child, was given her own parcel. There was only one problem. The land appeared to be completely worthless. It was rocky, dry, poor for farming. Most people believed it had almost no value at all. In fact, it was worth only a few dollars. But beneath that rough ground, a secret had been waiting for millions of years. Everything changed in 1913. An oil company began drilling on Sarah's property. At first, no one expected much. Then, they struck oil. Not just a little oil, a massive reserve. Almost overnight, Sarah's land was producing nearly 2,500 barrels of oil every single day. The little girl whose land had once been dismissed as useless was suddenly earning more than $300 a day, roughly $9,000 in today's money. She was only 11 years old. Practically overnight, Sarah Rector became an oil millionaire. Newspapers across America couldn't get enough of her story. Soon, she was being called the richest black girl in America. But wealth, especially for a young black girl in the early 20th century, didn't simply bring comfort. It brought attention, questions, and powerful people who suddenly wanted to control her future. As Sarah's wealth grew, so did public scrutiny. Government officials, lawyers, newspapers, everyone seemed interested in what would happen to the young millionaire. In 1914, concerns were raised about who should manage her growing wealth. Because she was still a child, the courts placed her finances under the guardianship of a white attorney. At the time, this kind of arrangement was common, but it was also deeply controversial. Many feared that Sarah could be manipulated or even robbed of the fortune that legally belonged to her. Her story reached influential civil rights leaders, including Booker T. Washington. They closely followed her case, arguing that Sarah deserved genuine protection, not control disguised as protection. It became more than the story of one wealthy child. It became a reflection of race, power, and justice in early 20th century America. As the years passed, Sarah gradually stepped away from the public spotlight. She moved to Kansas City, Missouri, where she built a comfortable life. She married, raised a family, and remained a respected member of her community. Unlike many child fortunes that disappeared through poor management or exploitation, Sarah managed to preserve much of her wealth and lived far from the constant headlines that had once surrounded her. The newspapers eventually stopped talking about the little girl who struck oil, but history never completely forgot her. Sarah Rector's life reminds us that opportunity can appear in the most unexpected places. A piece of land that everyone believed was worthless changed the destiny of one family forever. Yet her story is much more than sudden wealth. It's about resilience, about navigating prejudice, and about protecting what was rightfully hers during one of America's most difficult eras. Sometimes, history's greatest stories aren't about kings, presidents, or famous generals. Sometimes they begin with an ordinary child standing on extraordinary ground. If you enjoyed discovering Sarah Rector's remarkable journey, tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like to hear more forgotten stories that shaped history, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because history still has many secrets left to tell.